Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Derp and Coffee, the pregame, 30 minutes before the actual Twitter space goes live. I woke up to some good news this morning. I looked at my Twitter and I'm over 2,000 followers. It's crazy to think that, man, when I started all this, I think I had around on my old Twitter, 400 followers. And so, man, the last month has been crazy. I think crazy. Do they have analytics on the side here? The Creator Studio, yeah. I want to check it out. What happened in the last month? The last month, 240 followers. You wanted Jeff, not know. Yo, what's up, Kubies? I wish they had a dark mode here. I'm sure they have it, right? I'm sure. No, this is. They don't even have dark mode for this. Yo, what's up, Curly? How you doing this morning? Welcome. Yeah, so this past month, let's see, let's just do that, let's do longer than that. Does it show followers? No, I don't think it shows followers. But man, it's been a crazy month. Some decent interaction on Twitter. And so if you're just tuning in, hey, let me go start everything. Okay, yeah, so that's happening now. That's starting. Okay, good. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it real quick. Just because people in Discord don't pay attention all the time, Sometimes people are like, "Oh, we have a light paper? I didn't know that." Man. What's up, everybody? Listening while at work. All right, Goma, appreciate it, man. I hope you enjoy, and I will be sharing stuff on screen and stuff. So if you see me saying, "Oh, look at this, look at that," I'm sorry if you can't watch. I woke up this morning and I was at 2,000 followers on Twitter, so that's pretty cool. And man, Dirtbirds is still holding strong. I was looking at this chart last night, and it's pretty crazy. If you really look at it, and if you've been here from the beginning, we've had ups and downs, right? And every time we go up, there's people start selling because they chase the pump, right? They chase the pump, and then they start undercutting, getting there, trying to get the liquidity back, and then we're like, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna go, and eventually a few days later it goes back up. So if you see here, I mean, all these pumps up to this volume action goes up, and then it goes back down because people start listing and they get scared, and then it goes. So it's been doing that over the last 30 days right here, and it went down, then went up, and they're like, oh, and then it went down again, right? Even a 2-day period of it going up, people still listed, and the volume went down, and then, dude, it shot up. I'm not saying Derp and Coffee was the reason, but if you look, 10:15, that was last Derp and Coffee, and then boom, we shot up. Maybe there was partnership announcements or something for Dirtbirds. I don't know, but nobody listens to those things, right? Doing great. All right. Did I get rugged? What you mean? For lack of quality? What's going on? Is it look bad? Is the mic bad? Hello. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. All right, is it good now? Dang, what? I wonder what happened. Sorry. We good again? Man, what was the last thing y'all saw me say? Yeah, see, it lagged for some reason. Yeah, so what happened was the YouTube dashboard was telling me that I had my settings too high, so I turned them down, and then I just got a notification saying, hey, your settings are too low. So I just turned them back up to where they're at, and then it says it's doing good now. All right, sorry about that. I tried to adhere to what YouTube was saying, but obviously they were rugging themselves. All right, so I don't know what the last thing I said for you guys were, but I was talking about how we see a pattern here, right? And how people were always like, they chase this run up, right? They chase it here, and then it gets to the top, and then they start listing because they're scared that, oh man, nobody's buying here. And it starts going down, and then bam, we go back up. And see, it's crazy because it happened week after week, day after day, like for 30 days straight, it happened like that. And the people that were here saw it. And I was saying how, like, man, I'm not saying it was the Derp and coffee, but this is where Derp and coffee is. You know, it was at 10:15, and look what happened. I mean, maybe there was like an announcement or something on Twitter about some partnership with an ape project or something. I don't know, but nobody pays attention to that, right? You know, I think it was the Derp and coffee. What's up, CDC? How you doing this morning? I apologize for the stream going out, guys. I like to give good quality stuff, and that kind of stuff frustrates me whenever, you know, you try to get it going right and it just goes kaput on you. It just lag. Yeah. Love you, Ted. What's up, Drew? Voix, how you guys doing? It's okay, sir. No need to apologize. Just send me Derp to my wallet and we good. Yeah, I'll send you a Derpy seal. I think those are doing good, right? Let's see. Wait, is it Derp seals? Wait, they don't have Derp seals, or is it seal? Wait, it used to pop up here. Derp seals. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna send you one of these. These are quality art. I'll send you the Michael Jordan one. How about that? All right. So we are prepping for Derp and coffee here in the next 20 minutes or so. Just looking at it, make sure, was it delayed? Okay. Oh yeah, you got it. Y'all in here. Good night to you soon. Yeah. What time is it there for you? Let me. Well, this isn't started yet, so I'm not gonna tweet that out. $5 p.m. Yeah. See, that's why I want to do these things at these times, because, okay, first off, if you're a normal adult American human being, then you're usually up by this time, right? It's Saturday, it's 9:40. Typically adults like to get up at a decent time. They don't like to sleep all day. Not, you know, it's 10, 11 maybe, but, you know, 12 o'clock, like some people fly. Like, it's just is unheard of, you know what I'm saying? So most Americans are here, and then you have the Euro guys that you guys are, you know, it's decent time in the evening, maybe afternoon, so y'all get to tune in. I think the only people like we really like miss during these Derp and coffees is maybe like the Australia people. I don't know what time it is for them, or New Zealand. I think we missed them. But I don't know. But Voix is here, right? You're from Aren't you from Australia? Or am I getting you confused with someone else? Am I getting you confused with? I don't know. But anyway, guys, it's been an exciting week. After last Derp and Coffee, we jumped up from like 600 to like, I think we hit a peak of like 1400, right? And we're holding strong here at the 1,000 floor. Look at our volume, guys. Our volume is only 2,094. Let me refresh that. All right, there we go. Yeah, 1,400. Background only needs to turn down a touch. Okay, good catch. Turn it down here. See, on my end it's pretty low, but I might have it up on the recording software. Let me turn it down on here a little bit more, because I'm noticing like my voice peaking at a certain point and the music is almost at the same, so it might drown it out. YouTube's always weird. No, it's not YouTube. It's me. Like, I'm controlling the volume mixers on my recording software. So, what's up, Dirty? Hey, man, I noticed you. I noticed you in the Discord, a new name. And I saw you with your PFP. I think you were the one that bought the you bought this guy, right? Epic Derp. I think this is you. Great buy, man. Epic is at 3,600 floor. You got it for 3,600. You got the floor for that, and that's, I mean, you gotta imagine an Epic, which is up there, and only 250 of them, and the floor is 1,000, and you got it at, you know, three and a half times the floor. It's not bad at all. That's a good deal. Yo, what's up, Jenna? What's up, Cancraft? Cooking whilst watching. Whilst. You know that word, I don't know if it's not an American thing, but that word is like something like 80 plus year olds would use, or like something you'd hear in like the 20th century. I'm cooking whilst watching. What's up, Cancraft? Imagine this bad boy in 2.0. Yeah, dude. I mean, we kind of know a little bit about what it would look like with the eyes and stuff. Man, I'm curious how he's gonna do like the monk garb. Like, I'm sure he's gonna have like maybe like some cool tattoos or something, or like, I don't know. And then like the staff, like I'm sure he's got, dude, to think about the way Cosmo is gonna reimagine these things. And this one has a cyborg head. Dude, y'all ever notice this? I mean, I don't want to FUD dirt birds and everything, but look at this right here. What happened to the eyebrow, man? It just magically got a clean shave. You ever seen that? Egg hole head. I'm vibing with the music. Let me smoke my bowl. Y'all never saw that, dude. Okay, it's only the mad scientist eyes I've noticed that with. There's another. Which one is it? I think it's with the redneck hat and that mad scientist head. Watch, let me see if I can find it. Eyes, mad scientist, and then the head, I think it's redneck. Yeah. So if you look at this one, guys, I hacked the system. What the heck? I cracked the code. What is this? Can any of you nerds tell me what this is? JPEG store's going down. What's up, farmer? Bro. Okay, let me close this before it does something. Let me try this again. Dude, what is going on? I'm not gonna open it anymore. I don't know what's going on. This is what I see when I open compiled program on my VCS. I have no idea what that means. Your PC don't have that language font? I have no idea what that means. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is if you can see my mouse, you see the hat, and then the eyebrows are going through the hat. I think it has a lot to do with the mad scientist's eyes for whatever reason. I think it went above a certain point, and it got cut off. It does it on the cyborg head. There was another one. I forget which one it is, but there's another one I noticed that on too. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's funny. It's funny that you go a whole year looking at these things and you don't notice that, and then boom, like it happens. Yeah, that was weird. They're not on the inside. Okay, I have a hat, right? My eyebrows are gonna go through the hat, or are they gonna go around? You telling me they're going around the hat and then poking out? There's no way. Good thing we're getting to 2.0. Look, the brim of the hat is going down. So you're telling me like his eyebrow has to be like, wait, how am I doing this? Okay. I'm all confused with his eyebrow has to be like way out there. There's no way. There's no way. This is going through the hat. It doesn't do it right here. His eyebrow should, if this is proportionate to this side, his eyebrow would be over here. You know what I'm saying? No. Go smoke your bowl. You tripping. You tripping. All right. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, if you're new here, if you're just watching chat and you're like, man, who is this crazy fool talking about these ugly little, no, they're not ugly, they're beautiful, these derpy little birds, feel free to ask questions. We're gonna start here on a Twitter space here in the next 12 minutes. Bad eyebrow day. We're doing okay. 250. Look, we're going back down. We were at like what, 230 yesterday or something like that. We had some decent activity yesterday. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's funny how we get used to it. We say nothing too crazy, but we're like 3,400, 3,600. This is a rare and epic buy though. What? An epic buy for 30, an accept offer. A DD eyes for rare. So yeah, there's like some decent buys. The last 24 hours. I mean, we're still on page 1. There were some ones that went for low though too. I'll clip it and send it to James. No, James knows I love it. You only pump on Sundays? That's what it seems like lately. It seems like lately we've been pumping on Sundays. Guys, don't forget Tuesday. Go check the Discord. King is doing a Derp hangout Tuesday. I know some of you Euro guys aren't going to be able to make it. I'm sure it's going to be recorded. Hopefully it's going to be recorded. Let me ask Dave. Space. So hopefully you'll be able to watch it. If he says that he didn't and he doesn't reset the thing, since he sent out the Twitter space, I will try to record it myself. So if he doesn't record it, I'll try to record it myself so you guys don't miss it, and I'll put it up on my YouTube. So this is, if you don't know, Sordo Flevy is the one that's going to be joining me. Hell stinks. Kubi, I'm going to kick you from this channel. Hold on, how do I do that? Let's see. Remove. Oh no, that's just your comment. Okay. All right. Can't even read. You said Mel stinks. And CDC agreed with you. He said that was 100%. 100% true. Your Discord unreads give me anxiety. You know, the thing is, I have all my notifications off, so these just pop. You can see who like sends like the most stuff, you know, like you can tell which ones I'm reading. Like no Baldo collection, I always read those, you know what I'm saying? All right. Let's make sure we got everything set up for this Twitter space. Morning Derps and hello from 30k feet. What are you doing in the air right now? Almost as tall as a dirt bird. Yeah, dirt birds are, dude. You remember when we had that talk? Dirt bird's like 17 feet tall. And we're talking about like at night, like imagine like you're looking at, like you're washing your dishes and you're looking through like the kitchen, the sink window, and maybe your house is like lined in like with the forest in the back, you know, and like you're washing dishes, you look up and you see like a 8 foot tall derpy man walking, you know, like Bigfoot across the background, you know, how creepy that would be. On a flight home from work trip. Oh, nice. Well, I hope you make it safe. I don't know how you're tuning in. Some of these people can't even tune in from their home Wi-Fi, and you're doing it on a plane. All right, let me get this thing set up. Let me make sure. Let me pull this over here. I don't want to show y'all DMs. All right. Well, we're trying to get Baldo on the screen. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Y'all stupid. Quarterflies in style. High society. Yeah. He's flying first class. That's why. Probably so. Okay. All right, let's get this started, guys. Let us get this started. We are at 9:55. I'll start it now. Give some time for you guys to file in for beautiful file in, and forget to get the special guest in here, ready, set up, that kind of thing. So appreciate you guys tuning into the pregame. We are gonna stay here. The YouTube live stream is gonna stay here. But if you would like to speak on the Twitter space and you know you gotta switch or whatever, I'll be starting it on Twitter. So it's a good idea to use BlueStack. That's the only way I know how to do it. So it's been cool. Actually, I think Laura told me about that. I was like, oh, of course, BlueStacks. It's an application on your desktop, so it acts as mobile. So yeah, so I'll be starting there, but we're gonna stay here. So if you want to chat here, I'll have that screen up, and then I'll be able to hear you guys on the Twitter space. So let's get it started. Another Derp and Coffee on October 22nd. I think it's like the 7th, 8th one, something like that. I lost count. Let's I'm gonna start it now. Let's get this. Check mic 1 2. Hopefully it was working. Can you please do some real proper London accent in the spaces? I don't know a London accent, and I make myself look like a fool if I did a London accent. Yo, what's up, guy? Oh, I'm on Twitter Space. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Derp and Coffee. If you are just tuning in, I am also streaming on YouTube right now. You'll find those links in my profile on my profile. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me like and retweet my own space so people can see it. Yeah. Good morning, good evening if you're from across the pond. Welcome everybody. I hope everything sounds good. My voice is coming through. Like I said, feel free to like and retweet and share the space out. Get people in here. We're going to be talking about Derp birds, of course. I got my coffee here. It's almost done, actually. Let's see if you can see inside there. Can you see inside there? I don't want to pour it. I'm going to probably pour it out if I try to do that. No, you can't see inside there. We got a special guest here today. We're going to be talking about Derps, but also we'll be talking to a very new member to Derp Birds. Someone that actually was tuned in, I think. We'll find it all out. We'll find out how he got here, what made him join Derps, and what made him join Derps in the way that he joined Derps. But thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, feel free to share. Get some people in here talking about Derps. It's been a very, very crazy week. If anybody's been paying attention, the Cardano NFT space has absolutely just exploded. You know, let me check this, make sure everything. Yeah, Twitter Spaces. Thank you, Kubis, for sharing, man. Appreciate you. If you've been paying attention, that the Cardano space, man, Ape Society right now. Let's see. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're really loud in my ears for some reason. I don't know if it's loud for everybody else.
I'll back up.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's better. What's up? What do I call you? What's your name? Is your name Jeff? Are we mistaken?
No, my name is Jeff.
Jeff, awesome. Well, guys, this is Jeff. Jeff, I'm just gonna ask you just introduce yourself. Tell us like who you are and like how you got into NFTs, and then we'll go from there. All right.
All right. Well, my name is sort of Levi, so Cootie had it right on the YouTube channel. I got into birds based for NFTs with cornucopias. That was the first NFT I really got into, and because I played World of Warcraft for a long time, and the metaverse roadmap they had made sense, right? So basically that's where it started, and several of the people that are in that project are in Ape Society and Derp Birds and things like that. I was reluctant to originally get into, I guess, PFP type of stuff because of the unknowns with some of the SEC regulations and the rewards and that kind of stuff. So, but you know, somebody finally convinced me it was a good leap, and so I leapt. And Derp Birds was the first one that I thought Ape Society was kind of overplayed, and there was still some kind of, and I could be totally wrong here, but some kind of mechanism that I think the rewards would eventually decrease. Mm-hmm. And I thought Derp Birds was a better situation in the long run than Ape.
So you started off with corn, you said, and then so what? Like exactly how did you find Derps? Did you just like see it on Twitter, or did someone like tell you about it, or how did that happen exactly?
To be honest with you, several people in Cornucopias told me about you guys, and then I jumped into your Discord channel. I don't know, was reading around a little bit, and then you said, "Hey, we have a live stream. Anybody want to ask any questions? I'll explain whatever." So I jumped in your stream and started asking questions.
Awesome, awesome. That's exciting because you're like, man, like I do this because I enjoy it, right? And I have fun doing it. But it's really cool to know, like, there are people like yourself that may just be lurking and looking for answers or just kind of researching on their own, not really like making themselves known. Because that was the first time I saw your name or knew who you were, was whenever you jumped into the YouTube chat when I was streaming. And then I was trying to think the whole time I was talking to you. I was trying to think. I was like, man, who is this in the Discord? But obviously, like, you had just joined, right? And so that was really cool that we're able to do these kind of things, and it catches the eye of a newcomer like yourself. So tell me this, like, what made you? I know you kind of explained like you felt like Ape Society might have been not played out. I want to use that word, but might have been not the play for you as far as what you were looking for. But what made you like jump into Derps? Because let's be honest, you didn't just like, oh, I'm gonna buy a floor derp or whatever. Like, you went all in, not all in, but you went in pretty deep, right? And so kind of explain to those that are listening and may not know, like, why you did what you did and what you did exactly.
Well, I guess from my experience with NFTs and my experience with anything in life, most things that are the most rare or more rare than normal usually goes up in value the most. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to, I guess, the experience plus also the exposure of dirt birds in general, I didn't know I was hitting all-time highs, but I do know that when someone comes in and they start buying stuff up like I did, then usually it creates more awareness for the project, which also drives the prices up for everyone as well.
Yeah.
So I usually, when I get into a project, I usually go in pretty hard.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When we were talking in YouTube chat, and you were like, "Hey, I DM'd you. You didn't see it." I was like, "No, I didn't see it. What are you talking about?" And it was kind of hidden because it was like I guess we weren't friends, so it had to be a request. And like, you sent me a message, you know, like, what would you do with 50,000 ADA? And so just to let you know, like, I came in this space with like, I don't know, less than 500 ADA, right? Like, I started my journey off very low and I had to work my way up and flip my way up, that kind of thing. So when someone asked me like, hey, what would you do at 50,000 ADA? To some people, that's like a huge amount, right? So when you asked me that, I was like, what is this guy like, just like being hypothetical, or is he like being for real? So I took it initially as like a hypothetical. So I was just explaining to you like what I would do with 50K, because to me that's a lot, and to some it may not be too much. To some it may be the amount they're looking to get to, eventually one day. But obviously you came in. And you came in and made a big splash, and it was exciting to see because those all-time high buys were like, they held for a year almost. I think it was close to a year. Like the last time a perfect specimen, like a legendary one like that was bought was like back in, I think, October of last year, if I'm not mistaken. So it was really exciting for the project, and it's been really fun. And I know the last week you've been learning a lot about dirt birds, but is there anything like you're curious about, or that you're wanting to learn more of? Because I want this to also be a space where people like yourself are learning that didn't know anything about dirt birds last week, and you're finally learning about it. So I want this to be an informative talk about anything and everything derps, and if you have any questions, that kind of thing, it's kind of be like a little back and forth.
I mean, there's a ton to learn, but I'll be honest with you, Benji and I think it's Voix,
Yeah, voice.
Voix.
Mm-hmm.
They answered a lot of questions. I mean, all the details, and I'm a kind of person to ask a lot of questions, so
Mm-hmm.
their patience and everything was pretty amazing. And as y'all know, I bought some of the stuff from Benji, and it was actually by accident. I mean, the more questions I asked, the more questions I asked, and then he's like, hey, well, I know somebody that has this, or I know somebody that has this, and the one mistake I did make is I should have went a little bit more stealth because I had.
Yeah.
Well, the reason is because it kind of screwed me over on a lot of the deals. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, when I bought those two big things, and somebody, I guess, realized some of my wallets and stuff like that. I had some offers in, and as soon as they realized who was, making an offer on their bird, like one guy, I put a 9,000 ADA offer in on a legendary, and he had it for 10K, right? So I put an offer in for 9. He canceled it and raised the price to 13. So it's like I'm
Yeah.
going. I probably could have got a lot better deals faster before I went big like that and brought attention. But like I said, I didn't know it was an ATH type of situation.
Yeah. So,
But the Preds is a very interesting thing. There's a lot of undervalue that a lot of people believe on the Preds.
yeah. So I mean, I don't want you to give away like what you're trying to do. It's obviously you have a strategy, but I know like we talked in DMs, and you told me you have a goal that you want to reach. Is that something you're still striving for? Or you think you can kind of hold off on that, or what?
No, yeah, my goal is to have 60 to 70,000 XP per epoch. So that's pretty much what my goal is. So I believe Derp, from my understanding, there's only 100 million supply. Is that correct?
There is. Oh man, you put me on the spot. There is. Is it 100 million or? Let me look. Let me look. Correct. Yes, that's correct. I have informatives in my ear to say that that is right.
Okay, so with 100 million Derp available, and from my understanding, the utility of Derp will be, I think, pretty interesting as well. Because obviously, I think the price will go up exponentially when, like, the armory comes out. From my understanding, the Pred armory will have Derp capabilities. You can spend Derp for what you need, which will drive demand up, in my opinion. So there's a lot of things like that I believe will exponentially grow. So that's what I've been trying to focus on, is getting my XP up to get as much Derp as I can.
Now, when you say 60,000 XP, do you mean 60,000 XP or 60,000 derp?
60,000 XP
Okay,
to
so
75,000 XP per. Because I mean, what is it? It's like it's divide that by 10. So I'd like to get anywhere between 6 to 7,000 Derp per epoch.
okay. Yeah, and so right now you said you're roughly like what, halfway, or you're a little bit more than that, you think?
I'm right at halfway.
Right,
Yeah.
halfway, yeah. Yeah, so
But I picked up a few more this morning. I got up, and one of your when you were showing on the YouTube channel, one of those were my accepted offer. So I was pretty happy about that.
oh really? One of the ones this morning.
Yep. But the one, that buff that sold for 2,700, man, I almost bought it this morning, but I was
Yeah.
like,
Do you have a
it,
wait? You have a buff, right? Your blue name in Discord, right?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's it. Look, I'll be honest. For the people that are listening, if you want to be a part of the elite squad in Dirtbirds, then you got to be a part of Buff. It's. I mean, right now, look. If Dave is listening, Dave or Geek, we want to be able to ping Buff Squad again, right? That was like we'd ping Buff Squad and we'd have just chats inside the Buff channel, and it was kind of like it kind of became like a not a DAO, but like it was fun to like talk about different things in the Buff Squad because it became like an exclusive group, right? And so we need that back. I enjoy it. Buff Squad is the only faction that, like, look at this floor. of Buff Squad. Let's go take a look at High Society floor. High Society floor is the floor right now, and then Keggers is the floor right now. So we all know who the elite squad is in Dirt Birds, right? So yeah, so what is it? What's the thing that for you, Jeff? What was the thing that surprised you the most about Derps?
Um, Really, I mean, a lot of it just the community because Benji, obviously being who he is in this, he was so open with information and other um, discords I've been in. Some of the founders or moderators or the higher ups in the community. I mean, I'm not going to say they don't give you the time of day, but some of them don't. You know, so it's just kind of very interesting that the information that's available freely in this community where it's not a bunch of it's competition. Of course, we're trying to get the best deals. I mean, that's with any community, but there's not a lot of competition from what I've seen to try to undercut people, and especially from the higher up. So that's pretty welcoming when it comes to Dirt Birds, but also so that's surprising to me. But also the more I got into it, the complexity of Dirt Birds is a lot more than I expected as well.
Yeah, it's funny. We hear that. Well, I say we hear that a lot. Like, it's funny because on the outside, you're like, oh, it's Dirt Birds. Like, how complex or how complicated can it be, right? And then like you jump in, you realize, oh crap, like there's a lot to this, and it's not like we intentionally are trying to be complex to be complex. The whole experience and the whole reason the dev team does what they do is to make it a fun collecting experience. So
I say it as a positive, not a negative.
Yeah. So like you can on the surface level just hold a Dirt Bird and be fine with it. But if you really jump into what's going on behind the scenes, how that collecting experience works, you realize, oh man, there's a lot of levels to it. I use the analogy a lot. It's like an onion. Like you can have the onion in your hand, but if you peel it back, there's so many different layers that you can discover. And so, yeah, it's really like that gamified collecting experience, just like they talk about on their on the Twitter explanation. It's a gamified DeFi ecosystem. So it's fun to collect. If you just want to be a holder, you can be a holder. But if you want to be more than that, there's a lot of levels that you can figure out and know like which Derp asset has the most Derp, which one gives you the best ratio of Derp, which ones are going to be utilized more in the future roadmap. I know you've probably heard it in Discord. Talked about, but Derp OG Birds and Preds are going to be getting an art rework here soon. So not only are they very, very innovative and have a lot of stuff to them, but we're going to be changing the branding and the style to be more in line with our brand and that professional side of it. But the community is going to stay the same, right? We're still going to be derpy, still going to be fun. But yeah, it's exciting to know that we're getting an art update here soon.
Yeah, some of that new artwork, it looks really good. So I'm amazed at some of that as well.
Yeah, I'm curious of how it's gonna change the mentality of derps, because like I feel like a lot of people may not take us seriously, right? Because of the way the art is, and because we use our Dirt Birds and memes and gifs and in a joking manner, which that'll continue. But I feel like maybe some that are too cool for school or may not take us too seriously won't give us a second look because of that, right? But whenever that new art comes out, that might change their outlook on, okay, these guys are stepping up the game as far as trying to be a brand and trying to be more professional. So what are you most excited for? And so from what you've learned so far, what are you most excited for with Derps?
The biggest thing that I think I'm looking forward to is the collaboration between other projects and to be able to use Dirt Birds as far as staking on their platforms and also staking NFTs from other platforms. I mean, which y'all are already doing. And I think that's going to be a huge part of the space going forward for utilizing, multiple avenues to be able to increase your revenue. So to me, I know some people get into this because of art, or they be, collectibility or whatever. And I'm not going to lie, I get into it for the money. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I like the art, and I like, like Wolves of Rome. I love the art on their trading card decks, and there's another project, what is it, Eden 7. I bought a ton of those.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That was exciting. Well, yesterday they sold out, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was that was another thing, I tried to, Vox is the one who told me about that one.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at it, and the fact that he took 9 months to actually sell out and to keep going like that. And I talked to him, DM'd him, and we had a long conversation, and just what he went through to continue doing that. I'm like, well, heck, I'll take persistence over anything any day to invest in, because that means they're going to be there, Yeah. And but anyway, didn't mean to change subjects, but overall, I enjoy the art, and I enjoy certain things, but also overall just enjoy the revenue, because that's why I never got into NFTs back in the day, because I just thought that was a short-term play, because there was no utility to it. And Corn was the first one to bring utility, and then Birds took it to another level.
So I don't know, you can be straight up honest with me if you don't want to answer. I'm just curious. This is just a curious mind. Did you get into ADA early on, or are you like just a high roller?
No, some people say both, but I did get into ADA early, but not like 5 cents early.
Yeah.
Or let alone 0.00 whatever it was. But yeah, I do all right both ways. So I've done very well in ADA, and I do pretty well in real life as well.
Cool. Yeah, I was curious, like, because like you came in and you bought both all-time high birds. I was like, all right, this guy's not messing around, So
I want the ghost one.
Yeah, I heard.
He wouldn't take $50K though for it, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's he's been holding since mint. He minted that thing. So yeah, we'll see. I would like to I don't want to speak badly about the ghost holder, and if this reaches him, it's okay. I'm just being honest. I like to be honest and completely upfront, and I would like to see someone holding the one of one that is a little bit more active in the Discord and in the community, because a lot of people don't even know that we have a one-on-one. Like some of you listeners here might not even know that we have a one-on-one Derp bird. You might not have ever seen it, but so like it'd be cool to have that go to someone that's a little bit more active, and that's no ill will towards the one holding it now. I understand like IRL stuff, and you just can't be as active as you want to be. It's fine, but I personally would just enjoy it if someone else was holding that was a little bit more involved in the community. And so if you ever get a chance to get that ghost derp, that'd be exciting.
I mean, yeah, it would be for me too. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So tell me, like, what's next for you? Like, are you just kind of coasting, and are you looking for other projects that have the same mentality as far as building and longevity? Because that's like you said earlier, you got involved with Eden 7, and they sold out last night. That was exciting. Like, I know Voice had mentioned in Discord, and I had looked at him and I was just like, I hadn't minted something in a while, so I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. I kind of held off, and then yesterday I think they had mentioned like they were at 60% or 70-something% minted. And I was just like, I'll try. And when I went to try, I kept getting refunded because like everybody was trying at that point. And
that was my fault. Sorry.
I ended up getting a few, and then like I bought like one or two off for secondary. But it's exciting to see like projects like that. Like the fact that, I mean, how many projects give up? Like they'll mint out or they'll get close to minting out in a day, and they're like, oh, because we didn't mint out, we don't have the funds or whatever, and we're just kind of abandon the project. Like this guy went 9 months. I don't know all the details, but he went a long time.
5% originally.
5%, yeah.
and never gave up. I mean, it was at 54% when I joined in. And so, yeah, that was crazy to me. Now, granted, that was another thing. It's like when it went below 1,500 left, it just went crazy. And the sad thing is I had a meeting to go to. Otherwise, I would have continued. When I got done with the meeting, it was like already down to like 800. And so I kept trying to, because I had a certain number I wanted to hit, you know?
Yeah. And
it just, the last 1,500 went crazy. And so many people were like, oh, I'm panicking. I'm trying to mint. And these were the people that's been there for 9 months. And I'm like,
yeah, what took you so long?
Yeah. Like, why now, you know?
Yeah. It's a crazy mentality, right? Like you have a project that's been minting for 9 months, and then the last day people are salty and upset that they can't get their mint in. It's just like, you know, it's just crazy how that I guess it might be FOMO, but just like people don't jump in until a certain point, right? Like some people, it may just be the lack of vision they have for the project and knowing stuff, or it might just be, oh look, this person's talking about it, I'm gonna get in now. And so like it's just a crazy mentality of like they waited till that day. I was one of them. I waited till yesterday to try to mint some. But it's cool to see someone like that, and I know he's like probably dead tired from yesterday and everything he had to do yesterday, but it's really cool to see a dev stick it out. And so congratulations to Eden7 for minting out yesterday. He deserves it. And guys, if you're listening here and you hadn't checked him out, go give a look, man. If you believe that a project isn't going to rug, this is the kind of project, right? Because he's been doing it for 9 months without being minted out. So like that's a dev that's gonna stick it out long term, and that's exciting. And if you like the art, great. I think there's a game that's in the mix for that too. I have to do a little bit more research, but yeah, it's pretty exciting, and devs like that deserve to sell out, you know. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Stuff like that, it's exciting to see. But I kind of noticed your accent. You're from like the South, right?
Actually, I'm from Wisconsin, but
really?
I'm South now. Yes, I've lost my Wisconsin.
Yeah. You
so.
You don't have to say where you're from, but I have a feeling I know. I kind of recognize that accent. It's funny in like in the States, like even I'm from Louisiana. Even in Louisiana, you can tell accents were like people from certain cities, right? Like I can tell like they're 20 minutes north of me or they're 20 minutes west of me. Like there's certain cities that have like a certain inflection or accent in their voice. So yeah, I think I know where you're from, but I'm not gonna throw it out there.
I live in South Carolina. I'll throw it out there.
I was gonna
Plus, I'm really tired, so the more tired I get, the more.
I was gonna say the Carolinas. You sound like somebody I know from North Carolina, but you're from South. That's cool. Huh. Yeah, man. So Derps, it's exciting. We're excited to have you here with us. It's been fun to see there's been a lot. I mean, the last week, of course, but there's been a lot of new members joining. And a lot of people from other projects because of the partner staking and stuff. So it's really, really cool to have new members jump in, learn about Derp Birds. And then, I don't know, man, it's just, I guess it's something that we've curated over the last year of that community being welcoming and being enjoyable, and not just always talking about we're going to the moon or we're going to make it and all those cliche degen phrases that turn off a lot of people unless you're like under 20 years old. But anyway, it's been fun to have new people join and really appreciate the project like yourself. And let me know if you have to go anytime soon. I don't want to go too long. I know it's only been about 30 minutes now, but I just wanted to kind of give that heads up. Like if you have to go, feel free. But yeah. Anyway, you set aside time. Okay. If there's anybody here, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to jump up, request to speak. If you want to know anything about Jeff, or if you want to know anything about Dirtbirds, if you have anything to say, man, feel free to request to speak. If you're on YouTube, you can ask your questions there. I'll bring it up and I'll answer. People call you Sword as well. I'll call you Sword, all right? Because Jeff might be a little confusing.
Either way, I'm fine. I'm just either way I answer.
Okay. But yeah, man.
For this, Jeff is good.
Jeff's
this is more
good.
personal. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, it's cool. I'm curious. Have you seen? Have you checked out Mutants? The Crocs and Mice. They're called Mutants. I know Dave has been teasing with their dev on Twitter about something called a Fortress, and I wanted to kind of talk about that today and see what you guys thought about that. What's up, Slumber? Coffee's arrived. All right, get you some coffee.
Yo, I'm at work right now. I'm making a horseradish crema. But
he's at work and on the Twitter space. Awesome.
Yo, Jeff, your name, Sort of Levi, is that from? I just want to know, is it from Attack on Titan?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, get wrecked, Slumber.
Yeah.
What? How'd you come up with that name?
Sort of Levi. Okay, it's going to be a weird story, but there's actually a story in the Bible where the Israelites are being pretty evil, and the Levites which is from Moses' tribe, strapped swords on their sides and went in and killed 70,000 of their own because of their wickedness. So I thought that was a pretty interesting story. So it's called Sword of Levi from that story.
That's cool.
Okay, that was my next assumption, was that is some sort of biblical reference.
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty intense. 70,000 people die in pretty fast order.
I'll be honest, the first time I saw your name, I said in my mind, Swordo Flevy. Yep, I didn't read Sword of Levi, so whenever Slumber the other night was like, yeah, Sword of Levi, I was like, who are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was my World of Warcraft name too. I was the only Sword of Levi in the entire World of Warcraft community, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I never played. I grew up, I played like first person shooter games, right? Like I played Call of Duty, Halo. I mean, I played the mess out of Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. That was like my game. I enjoyed that. I was never like a PC gamer. I still not a PC gamer. I still play I play on my PC now, but I still play with controller because I don't know how to play with mouse and keyboard.
Macro for the win.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed gaming growing up. As you can see, like mob gaming, that's where like I guess my name on Twitter and stuff like that comes from a gaming background. I streamed and stuff and kind of gave that up and started doing crypto stuff, and then now just kind of carried that over into Dirtbirds and gaming and Dirtbirds and stuff. So yeah.
Do you want me to answer some of the questions in YouTube or just type it?
I'm missing questions in YouTube. Let's see. Question of Jeff: what is your favorite derp asset? OG, Drape, Pred, or Derplank?
Yeah, I think the OG and Preds are my fave. Drapes and Derplings, I mean, they're cool, but they have, from my understanding, very little utility outside of XP. except for some of the derplings and the fathers. That's one thing I am trying to track down some of the derplings or fathers from the derplings I have.
Are you in the AMJ's Discord?
Which one?
The I'll send you an invite. Right?
Is it the Derp deal?
Yeah, the Derp deals one.
Yeah, I'm in that one.
The Derp listings.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's where you'll get those alerts and stuff for those listings. If you weren't in there, I was going to tell you to get in there.
But I'm tracking down a lot of that stuff with your Explorer app, and then CNFT tools, and tracking down the people, and which people have been very helpful with that. Even like one time I was looking for one particular item, and I asked Benji. I said, "Do you know who have this?" He goes, "I recognize that wallet. Hold on."
Yeah. It's funny, dude. So the members have been around for so long. Like I'll do the same thing. Like I'll be looking at a certain asset in a wallet, and I'll be like, "Wait, I think I know who that is." Like I remember them sharing that in Discord a few days ago or whatever. And it's just funny how recognizable some are. And so like members that pay attention or are watching or whatever can know like, oh yeah, this person has this or this person has that. So for those that don't know like what he's talking about and that are listening, a cool thing about Derp birds is whenever Derps did the incubation with eggs, the DNA from the fathers was carried over into the eggs, which hatched into the derplings, right? And so like if you had your father in the wallet, or I mean that didn't really matter, but if you had the father of the derpling and the derpling together, that is an achievement right now. It's a recurring achievement where you can earn more derp if you have the father and the son or the daughter derpling in your wallet. And there's also an achievement for if you have the derpling and or derp, and then the pred that captured the father. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think YouTube chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's also one where if you have the pred and you have one or the other in your wallet, the father or the son or daughter, and the one that they captured, then you get an achievement for that as well. So there's like a lineage in Derp birds that goes back, and you have a history. And I think as the roadmap progresses, that history will grow more and more. And it'd be really cool to have, you have your father and your derpling, or you have the pred that capture that father, and possibly later down the road, you have the pred that captured the father, and then you're able to rescue the father. And so you have like that dynamic aspect to it. That's not confirmed, but there is possible a rescue mission later on. So like there's really like in-depth stuff that if you're paying attention, you can really, it's more than just surface level. Oh, you have this asset and you have this asset, right? It has there's like a history behind it, and then there's going to be history in like if your Derp bird or your pred participates in faction wars and how many battles they do and that kind of thing. So all that stuff will be tracked in the metadata or the off-chain data on the derps and the preds. Let me see. I'm looking at questions here on YouTube. How does Jeff plan? I don't know if this was just like him talk, but how does Jeff plan to double his derp earnings? Question mark.
The only way I know to do it is to buy more derps and preds, and drapes, and derplings, and of course achievements.
Yeah, achievements. Are you you're working your way through those right now?
Yeah, I'm still figuring out the best or the most efficient way to attack which achievement first.
Yeah, I think one thing that you might miss out on, as far as it not being the best investment right now, would be like the pred conversions for you, just because it costs an OG right now and an egg. So there might be some achievements there that you might be missing. I don't know if you're going that route, but there is achievements there, but it's pretty expensive now to do that.
I'll probably buy some, common OG for like 800 or something and some egg just to have it.
Yeah. We also have another question. Oh gosh, I'm gonna mute you. I'm knocking you down right now.
No. What's up, guys?
What's up, Alex?
How are you? So I have one question
All right.
for Jeff. Like I was looking at stuff that you do, and I'm wondering, like, what is that made? I don't know if you answered this. I'm sorry, but what made you feel that like derps are special, and where you see them going? Because lately, like, my all investments are about like community and the team or founders, and then that communication between them is very relevant. And like it seems like the communities are really holding and bringing the projects up, and I think that's a new norm, and a lot of collaborations are happening while where community is actually pushing for it, which derps are doing for sure. But I'm just wondering, is that the way that you chose derps, and why and how? And like I saw what you did with at Eden 7, and I'm glad you're there. I just it's very different, I would say, story. Like derps, you came in a very mature stage, but now Eden's a really new thing. So just wondering, what is your thought process there?
Well, what brought me to Derps was trusting someone that I trusted in Cornucopias. He had been in a lot of spaces, well, in a lot of spaces. Matter of fact, he tried to get me into apes a little earlier, and I still I hated Bored Ape Yacht Club deal, right? I just didn't like it, and you saw the values, like like Tom Brady's his NFT sold for like 800,000 or whatever he bought, or 700,000, and it dropped to like 10 grand, and then you had people that bought $1 or $2 million worth of NFTs, and then they went for auction and they didn't even get 50,000 bids. So when he showed me Ape Society, I had a bias against it, which is my fault and stupid of me. But either way, because usually I don't dismiss things unless I research it, but that one I didn't. I just ignored it. So when he brought me Dirt Birds, I looked at it, and then, like I said, jumped into Malou. Is it Malou or Malau?
Malau.
Okay, I jumped into Malau's live stream, and he answered all my questions, was very helpful. I had already read a little bit, but not a lot. But he clarified a lot of things very quickly for me. So he was very clear on his communication of how derps work, enough for me, with the combination of the guy who recommended it with Malau's information. I was like, let's do it, right? Because it made sense to me very quickly. And yes, it was mature, but I think the maturity actually helped with it. And also, I was familiar with Cornucopias had a collaboration with you guys in the beginning on some of their mints. Mm-hmm. And I knew one went well, one didn't go well, but it was still very interesting on the multi-signature technology. So I was already familiar with Dirt Birds on a lot of levels through Corn. So that helped me invest very quickly into Dirt Birds from the point I started looking at it versus when I bought, which was 2 days. Now, Eden, the difference between that is, I run several businesses and own several businesses. And so I'm not saying that I know people perfectly, but I know people pretty decently. But matter of fact, I'm going to find a quote by Calvin Coolidge that I derive a lot from, and I'll post it in the YouTube channel. But anybody who spends 9 months and starts off with a 5% mint and still continues, and the guy lost his friends, his mother quit talking to him, he hadn't talked to his mother in 2 months, and his determination reminded me a lot of what it takes from any entrepreneur. And he endured, and anybody who endures like that gives me 100% confidence it's going to be around, and he's not going to let his vision die no matter what, no matter the sacrifice. And I'll invest in someone like that over anybody with intelligence, with money, with whatever. You know what I mean?
I love it, man. I feel the same. Like, that's why I also try to buy as much as I can, and these things just went very fast because of you.
but I hated that it was because of me.
Yeah, it's your fault. But no, anyway, I'm just kidding.
It is.
I feel like, no, that's great. Like, I feel the same about that project, and I'm just wondering also, I guess, are you planning now, like, do you like this story more after Corn? Corn is very specific project, and then moving to Derps, now something else. Do you plan to get into more projects? Do you think that there is more to the whole NFT story? are you gonna become one of us NFT obsessed Degans, or you just gonna like this is it?
Um, I never will say this is it. I mean, there's another project that um, I really like, which is Wolves of Rome, just because everybody that I have talked to that has played the game. I mean, like one guy said he had to literally delete it off his computer because he couldn't get any work done because it's so addictive. And I've heard that game is so addictive from so many people, and I like the artwork. And
Don't listen to Benji though. Benji's obsessed with that shit.
do it now. Say that again.
He said, "Don't listen to Benji."
Okay. Well, it's kind of funny. Benji's not the only one that likes the game. But I do like the artwork, and I like the guys. I went over there and talked to them about their goals. And I think originally it started off, I'm not going to say as a fun project without goals of money, but it almost gave you that vibe. And then when the game's doing pretty well and a lot of people are liking it, I think more and more people have said, oh, well, we can make money with this, or this is going to do well, or people are going to like it, or people, whatever. So I think long term that project will be an evolution, and kind of a slow evolution as they even determine more and more what they can do with their own game and their own NFTs. But I do think that is a very undervalued
Okay.
project at the moment. And I think the more they realize the collaborations that are possible and the things that are possible, I think they actually will jump on those opportunities.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I really just know that Benji is crazy about that game, and I know it's a card game, and I never played that in my life, so I don't really know how that even works. I know there is like a lot of games in making. I'm sure you heard about Equine and this like Mokosi thing. Like there are some of them they have serious teams of like 15, 20 people trying to develop some stuff that I think that may be like, like gaming future for Cardano, but yeah, maybe that Rome is worth checking out. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's the only game that I know in the space right now that has that level of play. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I sure don't know all the projects, but I haven't seen another one yet.
Yeah, to be fair, like I don't know much. Maybe someone else knows. Like I feel like I'm just waiting on horse racing and Mokosi to come like soon. But yeah, I don't know if like working game. I don't know. Everybody have some like demos and beta versions, but I don't know if there is really anything out there. To be honest.
So yeah, at this point, I try to find projects that are either mature but not fully utilized, which is what I think Derps is, or a beginner startup like Eden that I think has great potential, either A, because of the team, or B, because of the persistence, which is definitely part of the team as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I want to just say, and I don't really own a lot, so this is really not shilling. But if you're looking at the guy that doesn't give up, you have this guy. He's like an influencer, Fettuccini. He has this Angel Baby Hit Squad project, and he didn't mint also for like he still cannot complete his mint. I mean, there are different opinions about him as a person, but in reality, he's there for like a year. He knows everybody, and he's still trying. And yeah, so maybe you want to check that as well, just from that perspective. That someone that doesn't give up. I think that guy is gonna be in the space forever.
Yeah. Alex, someone said you must be you're in a great mood this morning. You must be wearing your CK hat.
Oh yeah, my favorite project. Yeah. No, but we're changing, man. We are evolving now. Now we're not talking shit about anybody or anything. So now we're changing.
You say we are, but are you changing, sir?
I'm changed, man.
Okay,
listen to me, man. I'm not like yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so
no, I wanted to ask you about this mutant thing. Like, what is going on there? What is Fortress? Like, what you usually have a good ideas about.
There's a couple things. Me, Slumber, and Flacco were talking about it last night, and so Dave keeps mentioning, and both of them, Andy as well, keeps mentioning that it's something that nobody's guessed yet, right? Or nobody's come close to guessing what it is. And so my initial thought was a marketplace, right? But that's like too simple, you know? But then it got me thinking, there was another statement, I think Andy had said in a Twitter space, and correct me if I'm wrong, Slumber, or if it might have been Flacco that said it last night, but he had mentioned that Andy had said something about it would somehow require people to have OG Derps or their mutant NFTs, right? And so it got me thinking, like, maybe because it's named Fortress. So Fortress is like a castle, very secure, very hard access to get into because it's secure, right? So I'm thinking like maybe Fortress is a play on words, meaning like you have to have the password or the key to get inside this place, right? And so maybe your OG Derps and your mutants are the key to access this marketplace, and maybe this marketplace is or maybe you have these keys to share revenue for whatever is traded on that marketplace, whether it be any NFTs that are partners for these projects. Maybe you can buy some of these NFTs in that marketplace with Derp or with the mutant token. This is all just guessing. Like I'm trying to think bigger than what we have right now, right? And so like I just don't know. There's so many possibilities of what it could be, but the fact that they're saying it's big and that nobody's guessed it is pretty exciting. And from what I understand, it should be here before the end of the year, maybe.
But can it really be just what you said first, that is like connected to their marketplace and maybe using their token as like something, I don't know, but maybe just some additional features or additional stuff there, but I don't know.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like what it could be, right? And so you have mutants doing they're redoing their art as well, okay? And there was that teaser that showed that they have the new artwork and that it's coming soon. Let me look it up. Let me make sure I'm not saying it incorrectly. Why can't I find them? There we go.
We just need someone to pump our back so we can sell and live like Benji. That's what we try.
Yeah. Okay, so the artwork says new collection, new utility, dope art, no ADA. More details in November. So it makes me think there's something with their token. This new utility might be the Fortress aspect of it that includes Derps. I have no idea. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, right? Let me look at YouTube chat. I reckon.
Well, I was talking to Andy about the mint, and he said that it's just going to cost mutant.
It's just going to cost mutants. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not saying that other tokens couldn't be used, but yeah, that's what he said.
Vikes is saying on YouTube, I reckon they're merging the staking. Instead of two separate staking, it'll all be one now. I wonder how that would work. Crypto Chapman, or Shaman, sorry, says private marketplace that can only be used by mutant holders and OG birds, can only buy with Derp. Interesting. Yeah, like maybe that's you have the key to get inside the fortress, right? And it requires an OG bird and a mutant. And in that marketplace, you can use more than Derp and mutant, right? Maybe you can use society. Maybe you can use greens or these other yummy or clay. Maybe you can use those tokens inside the marketplace. But to get in that marketplace, you have to be an OG or a mutant holder. You know, I don't know.
I wish somebody would create something like a JPEG store that, number one, is not slow as dirt, but also that would also, and we can always go on our long list of features that we would want that they refuse to do. But to be able to use Derp tokens to buy any NFT, to use these mutant tokens, to use cornucopias copy tokens, to have basically a cross utilization of all projects and have a conversion rate to be able to buy any NFT with your coins. So it almost would be like almost a blockchain within a blockchain, so to speak.
That's what Flipper.io is doing.
Who?
Flipper, FLIPR.
Oh, okay.
I'll look into it, see what it's about.
So if they're doing that, I doubt. So here's the thing. If I know Dave, I know he doesn't want to do what other people are doing, right? I mean, they changed their whole roadmap because Clay was doing something and we didn't want to do it. They changed. I don't know. There was something else that we kind of stepped away from because other people were doing it. So like, it has to be something that. And wait, there was another tweet. Let me go find it. The only thing I can think of though is Dave is all there. The dev team is very careful about doing anything that would go against like securities and like using your token as a security, right? They don't want to get in trouble legally. So that'd be my only concern with how the token is described in its use case in a marketplace like that, because they're very careful. Let me see. Yeah, he said his latest tweet, I guess, would be just wrapped up a call with some folks who are going to change the entire Web3 space. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I have no clue what Fortress is, but I'm excited for it. Marketplace without population is useless. Yes. But a marketplace that is intriguing to a population with all these tokens that are coming out. Imagine, okay, like, and this is just, I'm just thinking, but a lot of these tokens have one use case, or maybe have a future use case that it's not implemented yet, correct? So imagine all these people that have their NFTs that they're holding and they're staking and they're getting this token that they're not able to use yet. Imagine the audio messed up? No? Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
For me, it was.
Yeah, it was messed up on the Twitter for me.
Okay, give me 1 second. Check. Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
So imagine all these people that have all these tokens, they're like, I want to use them. I don't want to wait another 5-6 months to use it for one thing that I'm barely going to use it for. So imagine a marketplace that's like, hey, look, you have all these tokens, come and do it. Now that, like Slumber said, that's probably something that Flipper's doing. And that's a smart play if that is what they're going to do. And if they utilize it well and they implement it well, I see people going to those marketplaces. Yep. Sorry, guys. I forget sometimes I'm on the Twitter space and it's all about audio and voice, and I'm over here reading chat on the side. So tell me, sort of Levi, where do you see? So Cardano NFTs has been getting a lot of, I wouldn't say hype, a lot of recognition lately. Where do you see the NFT space a few years from now? Do you think it's something that is just kind of keep going in the same direction, or do you see it something that is adopted by the masses?
I think some of that has to do with regulation, because that's way up in the air. I mean, it's good that Charles obviously is in those conversations with congressmen and, the other politicians, Senate. So at least there's a voice of reason out there. But, I think it could be a huge thing depending on taxes, depending on, like I said, the direction of international regulations, because I know there's stuff in Europe that's changing also versus the United States. But it's to me, I think NFTs could be a very profitable situation long term. But I do know with anything that gets very popular or becomes profitable, there's going to be a lot of junk out there to weed through as well, because people try to jump on the bandwagons.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to be careful. I think some of the original, I think a lot of the base that's being established now is going to be the leaders in that market. And a lot of the projects going forward, like I said, you have to be extremely careful because there's going to be everywhere. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah. I was just curious of your thoughts on the NFT space. Like, I see, man, for me, like, I see it just, it's like, so we're just, I know it's very cliche and you hear it a lot, is we are very early in the space. Like,
we are.
Imagine like when people talking about like Amazon and or just the internet back in the day, and like how like nobody's gonna use that. Nobody's gonna spend all this money to have a computer the size of a room just to get on the internet or whatever. I don't exactly know. I think that was a little bit after that or before that. But the internet, nobody's gonna get on that. There's newspapers, there's radio, there's news channels on TV. Like, why would you use a computer to look up information? There's libraries, there's books, And so like now we look back at that and we laugh at it. We're like, oh, of course you're going to use the internet. Look how fast it is. Look at, so like the same with like NFTs. Like, well, why are these people paying for these silly pictures on the internet? Yeah, they might start out that way, but look at the utility that's being created. And, like the use case, we're moving into a digital space, right? We're moving into something that's all digital. Like, who pays with cash anymore? Like, it's all going digital. And so like imagine the future, you get a discount at a store because you have this NFT and you're on your phone, right?
If you look at NFTs from that standpoint, like for example in Miami not too long ago, the first NFT sale for a piece of real estate, they bought it and closed in 24 hours. So, NFTs on that level, yeah, it's huge. It's going to be huge. I was kind of keeping it within the space of gaming, but yeah, gaming is such a small aspect of what NFTs are for. I mean, they're talking about having all your medical records, so that you can have a smart contract, that you sign to have releases of medical records. And I mean, there's so many aspects of NFTs that I think will be the future. I definitely believe that. Like nobody's talked about, like, you have the NFT royalties from PFPs or from art or whatever, but nobody's talking about music. And then, you have producer royalties, you have, artist royalties, you have then the company royalties, and so when you sell audio songs, then how do those rights work? Does each one of those get a piece of that, and what kind of piece do they get? And I mean, but yeah, there's a whole world out there that NFTs are going to be, I think, everywhere, and everybody will have them. So yes, when you say we're in the beginning, that is, I mean, we're doing gaming. I mean, we're DeFi, but no, there's a huge thing that's coming, I believe. And I think Cardano will be a big part of that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the playlist on Netflix? The new story about Spotify, how everything, like it's so good. It really talks a lot about how the things are changing to like digital, and how they actually screwed a lot of artists and stuff. But the whole point is that like in the end, it's really just like everything is going to move digital, and that's what is happening. And I'm trying to explain Bitcoin to my wife for like 6-7 years, but now when I was trying to explain like NFTs, that's like extremely hard. But then like one thing that, like, I don't know, for me maybe was just a way to like say something and then don't listen to a million other questions that I need to answer. But I would say something like those are tokens in the back, and they're just so much more fun to deal with. Like I'm dealing with crypto for, I don't know, whatever, 5-6 years, and it's so boring, and you buy crypto and you just keep it. Like there's that aspect of it. There is gambling, there is this opportunity to get something rare when you meet. There's so many things around it that makes it more exciting. And like you get to this peak, like after like 1 year that we are doing this thing, actually more than a year, Like now I'm in some, I don't know, like I cannot sell anything because you actually get attached to something, to some stuff that give you also like a status symbol. And like it's weird, right? Like now, because I own many projects, like I go and I have opened door to a lot of founders to talk to them, and they have more respect now because you have that. It's very, there's so many things around this that we are just discovering, and like I don't know, I feel like there's so much more.
Yeah, it's exciting. It really is. And you think, like, I mean, like I said, I was talking about the internet, like how the internet was first used. I don't know if you've ever saw. There was a Netflix show. Man, what's the name of it? It was a Netflix series. It had like 3 or 4 seasons, but basically I covered like the beginning of like the internet, and like it was kind of like a based on a true story, but done in a different way. And but I mean, the internet was just used as like kind of like a cataloging system. Like it wasn't really like what we see today and what we use it for today. And so like if you think about that and how it started and what the internet evolved into, and so like where we're at in NFTs, like right now, it's just pictures, and but then you're starting to see like it evolving into more utility, and the way people are utilizing it and the way people are using it is going to be completely different than it is today 5 years from now, right? And so like when you really start to wrap your brain around the possibilities of what you can use NFTs for and the blockchain for, it really gets you excited. But it's very hard to convince someone that's not in the space. I wouldn't say convince. It's very hard to explain to someone that's not in the space these possibilities. Imagine explaining to someone the internet before it was a known thing, right? And so it's just it's funny to see how early we are and where we can go with NFTs. And man, yeah, I'm excited to be a
But
part
it's
of it.
also, I think it's also okay that we cannot explain that now. We need time to figure out how to explain that easier. But it's cool that you like energy of the people and how they work together, and what Jeff was saying before about this guy from Edens, or we know about Dave, how much he works on this shit, and he doesn't know where this is gonna take him. But like you see the guy that is just passionate about it. Then you go to that CNFT con and you see another hundreds of people. They're the same. Like they just want something. It's not clear to anybody what it is. But energy is great, and people are definitely building, and they're trying, and they're just continuing. So I think it's fair that we cannot explain it now. We just like try to invest in those ideas and passionate people. I think they're trying to do something. That's my like view. Like I think a lot of this stuff that they're calling utility is not utility. 90% of that is bullshit. But we're going somewhere. So
Yeah, I see your comment, Jeff. Yeah, it's weird. It's gonna take years. It really will take, I think, years for mass adoption with crypto. I think people just view it right now as a and it's the way the narrative is right now, the way that the news and these information sites and stuff talk about crypto as like a scam or as a way to money launder or whatever. Like it's just until that narrative is knocked out and proven wrong to people, or until the people that are mainly talking about it start seeing what crypto is and for what it is, it's going to take a while to get that mentality changed or shifted into the masses, right? Yeah, they talk about stocks. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was lag.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I agree with you, but what's interesting, last year around this time, that tide had shifted. If it wasn't for the bear market and the whole Terra Luna thing, then we wouldn't be back to where we are. I mean, that really set us back from a perception on a huge level. I mean, that's one of the reasons I bought Nameless's Derp for that much, because it's one of those. He lost a lot of money in Voyager, and he had a lot of Terra Luna and then leveraged out the Voyager, and so that kind of sucked for him, right?
Yeah.
So that perception will come back, but was a setback. But it was about to be not mass adopted, but it was very positive in the media.
Yeah.
Before
it sucks, man, because there's always going to be bad actors in every anything to do with money. There's always going to be a bad actor, and it just sucks that one of the bigger crypto things happen to be like, like it's frustrating, and it's gonna happen. This is not the last time it'll happen. It'll happen again. Someone else is gonna do something, and I feel like maybe as much as I don't want regulations, that regulations may help that keep that from happening, or maybe keep it from happening on as big of a scale as it did with Luna. So yeah, that sucks, because there's always that person that's just gonna be an idiot and try to run with money, or try to do something to scam people out of money. But yeah, it's an exciting time. It really is. It's funny to look back where you were 5 years ago, and like, oh man, you never think you were sitting on Twitter talking to some random guy about NFTs and crypto, and like, it's just, I would have never thought I would be doing this 5 years ago. What was I doing 5 years ago? I was just getting married 5 years ago, right? And so like, I never thought like I'd be into internet pictures and trading them on a crazy marketplace, and sometimes it fails, and sometimes things don't work, and it's early, and got pictures of birds and apes, and it's just funny, man. It's funny to see where we're at, and where we'll be 5 years from now, right? So yeah, it's so Sort of Levi, dude, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to kind of get to know you on a different level, get to know who you are, and why you're in the space, and why you decided to jump into Derp Birds. It's been an exciting 2 months for us, I'd say. This week has been pretty exciting as well, hitting all-time highs and getting some all-time high sales that you were a part of. Congratulations, by the way. Go ahead.
I just said thank you.
Yeah. So, man, it's and it's gonna be fun to see where we're at. A couple months from now. I don't want to give this as financial advice, because I never really say that. I feel like that's something like everybody says, and I don't know why they say it. I don't think I don't know. It's just funny. So I'll say it. This is not financial advice, but if you look at the patterns in Derp Birds, and you look at the patterns in some of these NFTs, we're still very, very, very early. To think that we've reached the top, or to think that we've, we can't go further than we have. Look at Ape Society. They were just 2 days ago at like 6 or 7K, right? And they're pushing over 15, almost 16K now. And I'm not saying, dump all your money into it. No, like, just think, be patient. If you're holding Derp Birds, if you're holding these NFTs and you can hold them, and you're not in a situation where you have to sell them, I'd hold on to them. We're in a bear market right now, right? And so like, I feel like there's a lot of these projects that if you see them building, if you see them just really like heads down working on something, making progress, then the sky's the limit, really, in some of these projects, and they'll be rewarded for that hard work. Invest in teams, don't invest in hype, right? And so yeah, JK, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Hey, I'd like to welcome Jeff, by the way, to that Derp fam. What an impact.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't want to take too much time. I kind of want to keep this around an hour for the Derp and Coffee. But yeah, guys, if you're listening now and you haven't checked out Derps, stop on by the Discord. Don't FOMO in. stop by the Discord, ask questions if you want, check us out. Kind of like Jeff did. He just jumped into the Discord and was looking for answers, and lucky like I was able to do a stream at that moment, and he was able to get a lot of answers, a lot of questions answered. And so if you're looking to figure out more, or you just want to chill, hang out, you're more than welcome. You don't have to hold a dirt bird or be a holder to be in the community and to hang out and ask questions. And we aren't going to shoo you away. I mean, maybe Alex will, maybe Alex won't be very welcoming, but everyone else will. And so
I just wanted to add, October 25th, there's it's the first what's it called, Derp Town Hall. I think it's hosted by the Derp founders, so Dave will be there. October 25th, I think it's 4 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern time, and of course in U.S. it's U.S. time.
Go ahead. Yeah, so what he's talking about is there's a Twitter space that Dave's going to be holding. It's going to be like a town hall, AMA, that he'll be holding on Tuesday, the 25th. For me, it's 5 p.m. Central. If you're in the Discord, it's on the events tab. So go to the events tab, select that you're interested, and it'll give you your local time of when it happens. And so it'll be through the, I imagine through the Derp Discord. Is that how he has it set up? Let me check just to make sure.
I think it's a Twitter space.
Well, yes,
also,
it's a Twitter space,
raffles.
but I was just making sure.
There's a place on that, like, I think to conclude the Twitter spaces, it's nice to go over kind of like what's new, the news, and I think the raffle area has been, or the raffle shop has been updated. So go check that out. Spend some dirt.
Yeah, so right now the raffle shop has some new, let me refresh it. Yes, the raffle shop has some new raffles starting in 4 days. I wonder why it's starting so long from now. Maybe it's starting on Tuesday. Yeah. So the raffle shop starting in 4 days. They got a Yummy, a Derp Ape, pretty clean one, a Pred, a Borg, a Common Derp, and a Quackhead. So there is 6 different NFTs you can win. Derp tickets cost raffle tickets only cost 10 Derp. So if you start staking your NFT right now, you have maybe a Dirt Bird and a Derpling or a Derp Ape or whatever, you should have enough to buy at least 1 ticket, right? So if you want to do that, head on over to the raffle shop on the app and get ready for that. You'll be able to, even if you start right now, you're not able to buy a ticket right when it starts, but you can buy a ticket a couple days after it starts. Then do that. A lot of people have won these raffles with like very, very little tickets bought. So even if you throw just 1 ticket at it, you might win it. That is a use case for Derp right now. If you want to play the gamified collection experience and you want to try your luck at a raffle, then do so. It's been fun. We've had, look at all these raffles we've done. So this is utility of the Derp token right here. A lot of core members have won. A lot of very new members have won these raffles. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you tuning in, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, I know this sounds so like, I hate when people do this, but I'm gonna do it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Don't just do it because I say so. If you're enjoying the content and you want to stay up to date on everything Derp related, NFT related, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like it if you want, and you're already subscribed. If you like it. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, right? Do that. I bet you nobody on YouTube says for you to do that. So yeah, Jeff, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna approve Cheek Crusher, and then he's gonna end the space. Cheek, you are ending the space, right? So whatever you have to say is the very last thing, okay?
Yeah, man, I know you were scared to say it, but I'll say it loud for you. I want you all to go gently just gently brush up against that like button, okay? Just gently touch it. And then if you just see your finger just wandering over, just smash that subscribe button. Don't be gentle about that one. I want you to smash it. Crush it, if you will, dare I say.
Yeah. Crush it with them cheeks. Thank you, Cheek. Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon. Again, Jeff, thank you for joining the space. It's been fun, and it's been exciting to have some new people into Derps and new holders. And yeah, guys, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna end it right there.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. If y'all have any more questions, tag us, tag me, JK, anybody you see here in the space with the Derp PFP. They're more than able to help you with any questions you may have Derp related. But yes, thank you guys. Y'all have a great day. We ended it right there. Peace. All right. YouTube, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. I will be doing possibly, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about doing like a Derp after dark kind of thing. Maybe stuff like at night, like once a week. Because I know like these morning times are not the greatest for like certain people, certain time zones. So maybe I'll do like a Derp after dark type of thing, like where we just chill for like an hour talking about Derps, talking about NFTs, very laid back, not really like interview style, but more of just like a hangout session where we just chill. Like kind of like we do in Discord, but live on stream for other people that may see these streams and want to figure out what Derps is. I don't know if I have a set day for that, but it'll just be at night time, right? So I'm thinking about doing that. But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Cam. Appreciate you. Clean as always. Thank you. Good stream. Enjoy the weekend. Dutch, you as well. 3 already active. Did I miss that? Oh, 3 are active. My bad. I did miss that. I saw these and thought, so there are 3 active. I apologize if I confused anybody. Thank you, Farmer. Appreciate you. Later, CDC. See you in Discord. I got some stuff I'm gonna do. I'm busy today, so I gotta get going. Later, Dutch. Goma. Love you, man. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, for next Twitter space, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's get the word out. Let's maybe I'll be a little bit more bold and try to reach out to someone very influential in the space. We'll see. I'm excited to hear what Dave has to say on Tuesday. So guys, don't forget to check that out. All right. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.